Things are heating up in Vancouver, and no, I'm not just talking about the weather. I know things have been getting really strange in this part of the world. Like, it was super cold in the November period, and now it's kind of warming up. Even though it's December, like, last night, I was at the PNE Winter Fair, and it was like 7-8 degrees, even though it was like 7-8 p.m., I don't know how that works in the middle of December, especially in an area of the world like Vancouver. But either way, things are heating up on the ice as well. The NHL has posted their 3 stars of the week, ending in December 17th, and surprise, surprise, Thatcher Demko, Vancouver Canucks #1 goaltender, is on the list, 2nd star of the week. But what this video is also going to be going over is the #1 player. Nathan MacKinnon had 10 points, 3 goals, 7 assists in 4 games played for this previous week. And if you take a look at what happened yesterday, you had yourselves a Colorado Avalanche stomping of the San Jose Sharks. Nathan MacKinnon scored himself 2 goals and 2 assists to help the Avalanche win this contest. Jonathan Drouin had 2 assists, Cogliano, Johansson, Nichushkin, and a bunch of other guys had points, and then of course you had Devon Tapes getting on the board as well. Colorado had their way with the Sharks, and if you take a look at the scoring summary, I mean, it's easy to see what happened here. MacKinnon, secondary assist on the power play for Nichushkin's goal. MacKinnon with a primary assist on the Rantanen power play goal, and then MacKinnon gets himself 2 goals here, the final one being into the empty net. A 4-point performance is good enough for Mac Daddy to take over the 2nd overall spot in the NHL point-scoring race. Yesterday, we had ourselves the Vancouver Canucks play off against the Blackhawks, and as we had talked about in yesterday's post-game video, JT Miller had 2 assists on the night. However, if you take a look at the overall point-scoring race, you'll see that Nikita Kucherov, who is still #1, is now followed up by Nate MacDaddy. 47 points for MacKinnon. Miller has 45, so he is now down to 3rd. Panarin, McDavid, Pastrnak, everybody else is down there. Look at Hughes and Petey. They're now tied in the, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th overall spot. So yeah, I mean, it was great a few weeks ago when Miller, Petey, and Hughes were all #1, 2, and 3 in the NHL, but no longer is that the case since the power play has gone a little bit cold. But Hughes and Petey are still top 10 players in the NHL for points. Miller is up there at 3rd overall. MacKinnon, though, my gosh, he has gone out there and taken things into his own. In fact, the tie for 8th overall is just between Rantanen, Hughes, and Pettersson. Reinhardt, Jack Hughes, Makar, everybody else has fewer points. Brock Besser is sneaking in there too. He's at 14th overall with 37 points, tied with Jack Hughes and Cale Makar. But of course, the other 2 guys have fewer games played. Either way, though, heading into yesterday's games, Miller and MacKinnon were actually tied with 43 points on the season each, but MacKinnon getting the 4-point night, Miller getting the 2-point night puts things where they are at right now, and Miller has 1 fewer game played than Nathan MacKinnon, so that actually leads more into MacKinnon's favor as well. If you go over to points per game, you still have some Canucks up here. I mean, Miller is 8th overall, tied with David Pastrnak for points per game. Nylander, Panarin, MacKinnon, Hughes, McDavid, and Kucherov are all up there. McDavid, dude, this guy's surging back up the ranks, and he could very well overtake Nikita Kucherov by the time the season is over. If anything, I feel like Kucherov has the #1 chance at dethroning McDavid this season, but of course, McDavid had the really bad start, which is why he gave everybody else the pass instead. Still, though, if you scroll down, you got Quinn Hughes and Elias Pettersson in the 14th and 15th overall spots for points per game. Canucks guys are not really doing too well in this, but I mean, their games played helping them out makes things a little bit easier. You kind of just have to hope that the power play starts converting as it did earlier on once again. And Miller's going to get more points because of that, so are Hughes and Petey. Hopefully Pettersson's able to score a few more goals. But aside from that, let's go over this Nathan MacKinnon stat line right here and talk about where this aligns with the NHL's overall weekly 3 stars. Now, MacKinnon was named the 1st star, as we had talked about. Thatcher Demko was the 2nd star. Noah Dobson had 8 assists in 4 games this previous week. This guy has been a monster, blocking shots, eating minutes, scoring points, but If you go over onto the NHL's website, this is the article that will be linked in the description. It's the write-up on each of these three guys, MacKinnon, Demko, and Dobson. Let's go out there and read what it has to say about each of these players. MacKinnon, who extended the NHL's longest active point streak to 15 games dating to November 20th, recorded multiple points in all 4 of his games to lead the league with 3 goals and 7 assists for 10 points and to help the Colorado Avalanche post a 3-1-0 week. He registered 2 points, a goal, and an assist, including the winning goal with 4:30 left in regulation, as Colorado rallied from a 2-goal third-period deficit for a 6-5 victory over the Calgary Flames on December 11th. MacKinnon then collected 2 helpers in each of his next 2 games, becoming the 5th player in franchise history to compile 800 points as a part of a 5-1 triumph against the Buffalo Sabres December 13th, and assisting on both Avalanche goals in a 6-2 loss to the Winnipeg Jets December 16th. MacKinnon capped the week off with 2 goals and 2 assists for 4 points, his 17th career 4-point performance, to stretch his overall and season-opening home game point streak to 15 and 16 games respectively, as the Colorado Avalanche earned a 6-2 win over the San Jose Sharks December 17th. My goodness, can I just complain for a little bit right here? The sentence structures in these articles are terrible. You can't read this out loud. You have to do multiple takes because you have to understand what they're actually saying. Run-on sentences, just grammatical structuring that's so off-putting. I can't read this. It's so tough. The 28-year-old MacKinnon, who has the most points amongst all NHL players during the calendar year, 46 goals, 76 assists for 124 points in 78 games played, currently ranks second with 14 goals, 33 assists, and 47 points through 31 total appearances in 23-24. Oy, all the numbers here, eh? He also sits among the season's leaders in assists. He's first with 33. Power play assists, he's tied for second with 15. Shots on goal, he is third in the NHL with 137. And power play points, he is tied for 8th with 16. Oh boy, what a write-up, eh? Here is the Thatcher Demko write-up here for the Vancouver Canucks. Demko turned aside 89 of the 93 shots he had faced, going 3-0-0 with a 1.33 goals against average and a 9.57 save percentage with 1 shutout as the Canucks extended their point streak to 16 games dating to December 7th. He stopped 28 of 29 shots, including all 18 over the final 2 periods during a 4-1 win against the Lightning December 12th. That was a really good game for Thatcher Demko, my gosh. He then earned his 6th career shutout and 3rd of 23-24 with 36 saves and a 4-0 victory over the Florida Panthers on December 14th. That was Roberto Luongo night. Thatcher Demko stood out to play, and he finished the week with 25 saves in a 4-3 triumph versus the Chicago Blackhawks December 17th to boost his league-leading win total to 16, 1 ahead of Colorado's Alexander Georgiev and Winnipeg's Connor Hellebuyck, who both have 15. The 28-year-old Demko has played in 23 games this season, compiling a 16-7 record to go along with 3 shutouts, which is tied for first in the NHL, a 2.34 goals against average, which is 5th in the league, and a 9.21 save percentage, which is 7th in the league. Demko had himself a week, so did Nathan MacKinnon. MacKinnon has overtaken JT Miller in points, and things are heating up because the Vancouver Canucks are losing their grip on that Art Ross race. Not that it was something that I think many Canucks fans thought was actually a possibility of the team having somebody to win at the start of the year, but the fact that there was a period where Pettersson, Hughes, and Miller were all number 1, 2, 3, it kind of tainted our expectations. So now we're taking a look at points and saying, okay, yeah, well, Miller's there. Just gotta hope he's able to maintain his pace and hopefully eclipse 100 points. Who really knows? Of course, knock on wood, nothing happens. But either way, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about the Nikita Kucherov, Nathan MacKinnon, JT Miller points race, Thatcher Demko getting himself the 2nd star of the week behind Nathan Daddy MacKinnon, Noah Dobson as well if you want to talk about him. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about how things are heating up in Vancouver. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.